Alright guys, today I'm testing out the Canik Rival and Canik Rival S. So I've got a short course of fire, it's 19 rounds, shooting it clean. And so I've got these two Caniks to test out against each other. So obviously the Canik Rival, the SFX Rival, is polymer frame. This one has a stipple job to it. It's got a nice big thumb paddle. And the triggers, these were bought used, right? So these are used, but a lot of rounds through them, but they're still very, very new-ish, and they shoot great. But the triggers, I think, have had some work done, so they're really good triggers. So there's no issues there. But yeah, I don't know if anything else has been done to these. I know what I've done to this one is I've added the lock grips. So you can see there, they're just a little more texture than the stock rubberized ones that they have. I don't know if they're polymer or composite or something, but these are composite, and these are from Lock Grips, and they feel amazing. This has a palm swell, so it makes it a little bit larger, obviously, than the polymer one. Also, the polymer one does, I forgot, has the Lock Grips brass backstrap, so it adds a little bit of weight in the handle. So, not stock, but these guns, even if you do them up, they're very affordable and still are gonna not be to the level of like custom like 2011. So anyways, that's what the guns are. That's what I'm testing between these two. Let me get ready, and I'm gonna shoot this stage with both guns forwards and backwards, and again 19 rounds, and we'll just see how they feel. I mean, I don't expect to be perfect. I'm not even perfect with guns that I'm very familiar with. On stuff like this, as you see, everything's a partial 5 paper, and there's 3 steel out here, but I shoot those 2 steel from 3 positions. So anyways, and I shoot that far paper from 2 positions. Yeah, so you'll see once I run it, you'll see what I'm doing. And I'm gonna run it the same way, same targets, and the same amount of times forwards and backwards. And we'll just do 2 runs each, and then we'll compare and look at, I'll give you my thoughts and opinions like they match, right? But we all have opinions. So if you value mine, then you'll watch. If not, then you'll just swipe away. So anyways, let's get to it. So a little rough on the first run. What I noticed for me, the thin grips, and I'm going to be safe, this is still loaded, but the thin grips, for some reason, my fingernails dig, you can see, just from one run, are digging into, like cutting my skin in my palm. That's why I kind of got the palm swells for that one. You can't really do much on this one, unless you do silicon carbide and add some width to make it more personalized for what you like. I can tell you right now, I've got 2 no shoots, one here, one in the back. I shot the one in the back up front, and I shot this one right out the gate, and then had a miss. Had to reload these. I only loaded these to 20. They can take, I think, 23. And then I had 2 Charlies, 2 no shoots, and then I don't even remember if I made that one up, but that's what it is. Now I'm going to tape them up. I'm going to run it backwards, and then we'll break it down. Okay, so that's running it backwards. I was better on steel. I'm noticing on my draw, I'm not picking up the dot right away, so I've got to kind of hunt for it for a second. I didn't give you the time. The last one was, I think it was 14:49 or something like that. It was in the 14s. This one was 15 even, going backwards. I added a reload to keep things equal, and I'm going to do that also with the steel frame. I got 2 no shoots on that far one. One from the front that I clipped, but it's going to count. It's just right on the edge. It'll probably count for both. And then one that's really in the meat of it from back here. It was my first shot. And then I had 2 Charlies on this double stack. I got one high on the top side high, and then the other one is a little bit low. But those are alphas. I made up what I believe are alphas. I don't want to walk down and waste the time. We're just kind of testing. I'm not putting a lot of weight into pure results. Just kind of how it feels, more or less. And then here was good. But yeah, the same thing, kind of what I felt on the first run, is it's really my fingernail, because it comes over a lot more than guns that I'm used to. With thicker grips, it really digs into my my palm on my support hand. The trigger, again, is great. I have shot these guns a little bit. This one much less. The steel frame I shot in a match in Richmond. Never shot it before. Showed up at the match, borrowed these guns, and ended up shooting the steel the whole day. So yeah, let's switch. I'll tape these up. We'll try the steel frame and see what the difference is with the added weight of the steel frame, as well as the thicker grip and palm swell from Lock Grips. All right, steel frame.
Ready.
We did it. No shoots. 2 Charlies, one on the far target, and one that's on this double stack here, and it's a little bit left low. I will tell you right away, and that was a 13:57 faster time. I did a quick check of the dot, so I knew I had to bring it up. I'm pointing it too far down. That's why I was losing it. So I had that advantage with this. So the draw was much better. Got my alphas pretty quickly versus the polymer frame. I struggled with the steel, making up on the far small piece of steel, which I lost some time there, but overall it was still faster, and the hits were better without penalties, just a couple Charlies. So I can tell you, this has way less snap due to the added weight, and also probably the recoil management that I can do with my bigger hands and the palm swell, as well as this texture is really nice, really aggressive. I would say I really like it. I think I'd like this on my other guns as well. They also have brass grips that you can add to this that add texture that's more aggressive, and as well as the weight, so you can add more weight, which I think I might like that as well, because I like the weight in the palm versus in the front. So I do like the way this one tracks. It's night and day difference between this and the polymer, in my opinion. And that was just one run, so we'll go backwards, give it a fair shake. I don't think I'm going to discover anything new, but we got to keep it all things equal, right? So let's go from the back and front. I got a Charlie on the far one and a Charlie over here, and then so anything else is from this run. So let's get to it. Okay, so that was a 14:02, still a decent time compared to the polymer. I picked up a no shoot on that far one, and that was from the front. It's again clipping it, so it's going to count for both. And then I had 3 Charlies between one there and 2 on the double stack. And granted, I'm not walking up, but what I saw was 2 good alphas on the back position, and then the second shot on the front position on the far one. And that one I can see clearly it's good. So all in all, I mean, this is a very rudimentary test, right? But if you're gonna get a Canik, if you're interested in them, I can tell you not to dog the polymer if you're gonna carry. That's probably for the weight. It's a great gun, but if you're shooting seriously and if you want to improve or have your gear help you out, it's definitely worth trying. And the steel frame, in my opinion, for me especially, is far superior, especially adding some width to these thin grips. If you have bigger hands, that's going to be something you're going to want to check out. And Lock Grips has a lot of options, and even if you don't have big hands, they have thin grips for the steel frame, so you can go either way. For me, it's just I need a bigger grip, bigger hands, and I like to have my fingers more to the front with my grip. I don't like them overlapping too much. I like to get more behind the gun and have my fingers in the front for what I prefer, so I have more space for my support hand. But yeah, that being said, cool guns, very affordable. So check them out. I don't know I don't know if I'm going to be running this in competition, but it's certainly nice to have options in your arsenal, right? So now that I'm experimenting with a bunch of different guns, it's really cool to kind of see what other companies. I've been tunnel vision, right, on, as we all know, the SIG 320, and my version with gray guns is the Lockwood. That's what I've been shooting for years, and I've really just kind of like blinders on to anything else that's out there because I wasn't interested, right? Now with all of it going on, right, with the 320 issues, it's enabled me to obviously check out new things. So very cool, very exciting. Looking forward, right, not looking back, and that's what's important. Looking forward and seeing how I can get better regardless of the pistol. Just put something in your hands and shoot it. But of course, when you're trying to get the most out of your gear and the most out of your performance, then it really helps, and it's a benefit that you try new things and try different options. You know, even if you love your gun, if you haven't tried anything else as far as grips, thumb paddles, mag releases, things like that, adding weight, taking weight away, changing springs, loads. If you haven't done any of those things, but you really truly want to get the most out of it, it can be a huge advantage in some cases. So it certainly was, in my opinion, from the polymer to the steel, and adding the width with the palm swell. Huge difference, because I didn't have these lock palm swell grips on this when I shot the match, so it was thinner. It was the stock ones. I had some of the same issues because it was too thin, but I'm telling you, that was the first, you saw the first rounds with these palm swells, and I can tell you it shot significantly better for me, okay? I could just manage the recoil better and have a more consistent grip without it digging. You know, when something's giving you pain, right, then your brain is shifting from where it should be focused on the shooting to, ow, that hurts. Should I adjust it? Should I keep going? And any of those distractions could possibly and will possibly show up on your results. So that's my 2 cents. Check them out. If you want to see other shooters shoot it, obviously, if you don't know Nils Johannesson or Jonathan, I think he says Jonathan. But check out Nils. He's one of the best shooters, if not the most decorated shooters, title-wise, in the world, possibly. I don't know if he's got more titles. Eric Grafel might have more titles. I haven't looked, so forgive me. But in the U.S., I think Nils has one. I know he has one of them. He has the most titles, national titles, world titles. I think he has a world title. I'm going to say he has a world title. He should. But yeah, so check him out. Check out Lock Grips. Check out Canik, and go with what feels right for you. That's the moral of everything, is test things out as much as you can if you have the opportunity, and really get in tune with what works for you, and then perform. Train, and that'll help your performance. So, all right, guys, that's what I got for you, and I'll see you on the next one.